Hello there. Thanks for joining again today. I've got another review for you. Well, I gotta admit, I am extremely excited about today's review. I mean, I am just... the hype train has arrived at the station. I want to thank my friends in Latvia over at Azeron. This is the second time that I have worked with the company. I actually already have one of their Azeron classics right over there, and I've been using it to play various different games for like almost 2 years now. So I want to thank them. Huge shout out to Azeron over in Latvia for sending me their new product. This is the Cyborg, and it very quickly is gaining a lot of popularity and could take over as their flagship product if all goes well. So I'm very excited to unbox this Cyborg and set it up, see how it goes with the games, and yeah, I'm super hype. So without further ado, let's get down to the unboxing. Put the quick guide right on top. That's cool. Ooh, look at the snug fit. Ooh, that's snug. That is quite snug. All right, so we got the quick start guide, box. Box is nice quality. I like this. This is cool. An incredible device to elevate your game. Control the game extremely efficiently. Most unique gaming keypad on the market. I would definitely have to agree there with them. There's no question about that. So now I have to figure out how to get the box open. All right, here we go. Created with passion. Let's read this. So it says, creating goods requires experience and knowledge. That's why it took us many years of full designing and testing to develop this design. For many years, we and our friends played games on it, and we enjoyed it a lot, so we decided to make this keypad available to everyone. And I have to agree with them. I've been following the development of their keypads for quite some time, and they have been working on these for literally for years. So... Ooh! Ooh, would you look at this thing? Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, and they did it in my baby blue as well. Oh, my God. And they... Azeron, you dogs. You dogs. They changed out the word cyborg, which would normally be here, for the word Shogun. This is excellent. Let's get a turntable roundabout view of this thing. Well, I've got to be honest, I haven't even plugged the thing in yet, and I am already just so impressed. Just like I was last time when Azeron sent me the Azeron Classic. Completely impressed right out of the box. And I plugged it in, and I used it, and I was absolutely amazed. And yes, there is a learning curve to these types of products, but if you can overcome that learning curve in a reasonable amount of time, these are game changers when it comes to serious hardcore gaming. So let's get into the accessory box, which is pretty simple. It's just going to have a tool set, some extra screws, very nice tool set if I might add with... That's really awesome. One of the tools even has the Azeron logo on it. Separate thumbstick adapters, and the cable for the Azeron Cyborg, which by comparison, this is interesting, by comparison to the Azeron Classic, the Azeron Classic, while it is a great keypad, suffers from the problem of having the cable is hardwired. And I actually ran into an issue where I had to get my Azeron repaired by Azeron. I had to send it back to Latvia, and the shipping was rather quick, and the turnover rate for their repair was very fast. I think they had it back to me in like a month, or maybe even less than a month. But the cable is hardwired, and therefore if it gets jostled around just right, it can lose the connection between the board and the wire, which, while that isn't like a deal breaker, there's plenty of people who never suffered that issue with their Azeron Classic. What I find interesting about this is that it actually has a pluggable USB, old style USB cable, so you can actually just plug this in and unplug it at will and just have the Azeron sitting by itself with no cable, whereas the Azeron Classic, my cable is wrapped around my Azeron when it's not being used. So that, I think, is really cool. Honestly, there really isn't too much to this. The software is already installed on my computer, so we really just need to go and set everything up. So without further ado, let's get into it. Azeron has hit the nail on the head, man, for a second time now. I'm just going to hold up the original and the Cyborg just so that you can see, the comparison of the two. This is, of course, the Cyborg and the new one. And then this is the original, which has several buttons here up on the top, which are clearly missing from the Cyborg. But the Cyborg, man, it is its own thing in its own right. And while it can be compared to the Azeron Classic, it shouldn't necessarily, because it's in a league of its own. Something that is also worth noting is that the Cyborg actually has 29 programmable keys as opposed to the Classic, which only has 26 programmable keys. Another one of the things that is important to note is that and this is very important to note, the Cyborg actually has the ability to cant each key tower to the left or to the right, as opposed to the Classic, where they are simply straight up and down, north to south. And as you can see, I have canted my Cyborg keys to the left, which makes it a little bit more comfortable for the natural positioning of my left hand, where it sits to the left of my keyboard. So before we get started here, I'd like to thank Azeron again for also sending me this nifty grip tape pad, which we're about to install on the Azeron Cyborg right now. So what basically this is doing is adding an edge that you then use as a guide to install the rest of the the rest of the grip tape. Alright, so now that that's down, you remove one of the guides and then you reinstall that guide like this. And what this does is it acts as a guide between this piece and this piece. Alright, and now that that's removed, we can throw out the extra strips. And voila! Looking pretty snazzy.
It feels really, really nice too. It's nice and rubberized. So let's get this baby hooked up.
Alright, so we're on Azeron's website now, and we're going to go ahead and download the latest update to their software client. Now I'm just reading through the patch notes. And that is going to conclude this video and part 1 of 2 videos. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the grip tape hooked up, we got the unit hooked up, we got the new software updated, and we're pretty much ready to go. However, as stated, this is where this video is going to end, and what I'm going to do is link below the next video, which is going to be the video where I've actually set up some game profiles and I'm actually going to be testing out the unit in some games. Ladies and gentlemen, as usual, thank you very much for your valued viewership. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know I'm doing a good job by giving it a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.